everyone. This video is all about the companies that has a successful marketing strategies in international trade. And I choose the Coca-Cola company. This research is entitled Coca-Cola International Business Strategy for Globalization. Entering into a foreign market is like discovering new territory for business owner. Foreign countries have different laws, economies, business strategies, and currencies. Cultural differences can also impede a country's success, though every business should anticipate a huge learning curve. Entering a foreign market can be easier with the adaptation of a few strategies. This paper identifies six key strategies that Coca-Cola Company uses for necessary for firms to be successful when expanding globally. These strategies includes differentiation, marketing, distribution, collaborative strategies, labor and management strategies, and diversification. It is defined as a marketing technique used by a manufacturer to establish a strong identity of a specific market. So there are two aspects in differentiation. One is the branding, second is the cost leadership. What is branding? The American Marketing Association defined as brand as a name, term, sign, symbol, or design, or a combination of them intended to identify the goods and services of one seller or group of sellers and to differentiate them from those of other sellers. The objectives of successful branding includes delivering the message clearly, confirming your company's credibility, connecting to your target prospects emotionally, motivating the buyer, and establishing user loyalty. So, what is this cost leadership? The objective is to become the lowest cost producer. Coca-Cola has differentiated itself in US by successfully positioning itself as an American icon, coupled with its advertising slogan, Always Coca-Cola. It has helped Coca-Cola maintain its brand loyalty since 1886. The company reached a status seldom known to most brands. People actually collect Coca-Cola brand items. It is the most recognizable trademark on the planet, which is known to 94% of world. China faces difficulties in branding upon entering Western firm. It used a revised name which appealed more to the ideographic sense that the original English sounds. So these are what Coca-Cola companies did in differentiation strategies to different countries. So Coca-Cola in Peru, the quality and brand recognition in Peru was also because of their employment excellence. The company was certified as Good Employers Association found. Branding and cost leadership strategies are being used to penetrate its market. This segment sought social bonding as marketing technique and used inspirational messages to celebrate social meetings. Coca-Cola advertised to the market which constitute 48% Moroccan marketing strategies is the international marketing strategy is a manner in which an organization performs based on a predetermined set of activities in order to plan, promote, price, and distribute a good or service for profit to consumers in various locations. The marketing mix affecting markets abroad the most should be studied to comprehend how foreign markets function with different marketing strategies. And effective marketing strategies for international companies can represent a competitive. Under these marketing strategies is the global versus international marketing. So we will have to differentiate the global and the international strategy. Global marketing can be characterized by an overall outlook of the market as a whole, where there is a standardized manner to sell product or services in all places. But in international marketing, relate more to different target markets and their differences rather than looking as it as one single market and foresees the possible to implement the localization strategies rather than the standardization as the global marketing would pursue. So international marketing is more on how to adapt your products on the local, not unlike the global marketing. In global marketing, there is only a standardized manner. Activities that Coca-Cola companies did in many countries. Like Coca-Cola in China, think local, act local. That is one of their strategy. An approach by including everything from Chinese zodiac animals to Spring Festival couplets in its television commercials. And it brings them 8% increase in Asia Pacific in 2000. Coca-Cola in Peru not to try to present itself as American company that happens to be in Peru, but as a company of Peruvians that has its headquarters in the United States. It increased the penetration of their marketing efforts to everywhere they can. In market international marketing strategies, there is also so-called social responsibility strategy. It is by creating not just employment, but it also raises fund. The Coca-Cola company raises funds for relief programs for the less fortunate and those individuals with financial challenges. This happens in Peru. Third marketing strategies is the international distribution strategies. The distribution is the course, physical, path, or legal title take between production and consumption. So there are some criteria for selecting a distributor and the company's financial strength and connections. So Coca-Cola in US uses Ortex vehicles routing software. This software helps the Coca-Cola enterprises in assigning its in the correct trip sequence so that they are carried out by available vehicles at the lowest possible cost. So this Ortex software use helps Coca-Cola company to solve their transportation problem. Fourth marketing strategy is the international collaborations, either through equity arrangement or through non-equity arrangement. Coca-Cola has successfully adapted both of the arrangements. When two or more companies are shares ownership of an FDI, the operation is called a joint venture. FDI or foreign direct investments gives the investor a controlling interest in a foreign company. Although cultural, political, competitive, and economic differences among quarters creates barriers for comprehensive for companies abroad. Companies can see collaboration with local companies who will help them. Coca-Cola in China, like for example, in their bottling facilities are joint venture with one of the three government agencies. These are the SLIB, China International Trust and Investment Corp., and China National Cereals, Oils, and Foodstuffs Import and Export Corporation, with two foreign majority partners in bottling facilities. Coca-Cola in Peru, a joint venture also with Inca Cola in bottling facilities. Inca Cola was introduced to another countries and their products are bottled by Coca-Cola. That is how the Coca-Cola manage their competitors, which is the Inca. The international labor relations and management strategy. These are two important strategies that firms must consider when operating in foreign countries. One is to evaluate the diversity in each country, and second is to determine how they plan to staff their facilities. So there are three frameworks for staffing. One is the ethnocentric approach. Ethnocentric approach is when people from the home company are charged with managing the operations in the foreign country. Second is the polycentric approach. This is when the local people of the country manage operations. The third one is the geocentric approach. It is when the company chooses the best people to manage operations. There could be a mixture of home host country and even third party managers. The Coca-Cola of the reasons why Coca-Cola is so successful is because it has implemented the geocentric staffing approach. This is sometimes a difficult strategy to initiate because of the various cultural differences managers will encounter, not just among their direct reports, but among fellow managers. A company must safeguard itself from any undesirable labor relations issues by developing strategies for dealing with this situation. For example, when unions have tried to organize, Coke has attempted to break the drive by increasing the pay scales slightly. It is important to note that Coca-Cola has not always been successful in their labor relations strategies in every country. Coca-Cola was involved in a lawsuit claiming that they used prison labor and were involved in other human rights controversies in China. Ac- According to their chairman of the board, he denied these claims, explaining, "We take labor practices seriously. Our internal investigations found no use of prisons labor." Coca-Cola was involved also to largest racial discrimination lawsuit where 2,000 former and current U.S. employees and resulted in a $192.5 million settlement. But Coca-Cola has been successful at implementing management strategies. Coca-Cola believes that diversity of experiences lessens the tendency to believe that there is only one way to do things. In US managers focus on contracts more than relationship with their customers and vendors. In Europe's management is less fad driven than US, while in Asia, managers must be aware of these differences from country to country and adapt styles that reflect these differences. Diversification strategy, which is the last strategies that will be presented in this product diversification strategy entails a modification of a current product that serves to expand its potential. It involves creating a new customer base, which expands the market potential of the original product. So there are two dangers in implementing product diversification. One is the risk of misunderstanding the new customer base is present with market development. Second is the risk of losing of meaning and or cannibalization is just significant as with. So there are three varieties of Coca-Cola drinks presented in this paper. One is the sparkling beverages, the Coke Zero, the Fanta, the Sprite, and the Sprite Zero. Second is the still beverages. These are the fruits like Minute Maid. And lastly is the waters like the Zana Zero, Smart Water, and the Zana Plus. And conclusions with this research. Coca-Cola uses a strong and feasible marketing strategy that surely competes in the international trade. For adapting to the culture and business environment of the countries, the six strategies are promising that focus on not only to the product but more important is also in manpower management, social responsibilities, culture respect, and adaptation. We found that Coca-Cola's global brand success is accredited to its Think Global, Act Local campaign. Most of their marketing strategies focus specifically on local culture and customs. Localization is the key element in the effectiveness of Coca-Cola's international strategy plan. The proper implementation of approach and strategies must be regulated towards a period of slow growth and large profit margin that is typically for cash cow companies. And that ends my presentation. I do hope that you learned something new. That's all. Thank